Bring on board Kunal Bothra. Kunal, we're starting to see 24,400 again. We're starting to test those levels. And we're starting to be in a very range-bound market again. We're not seeing any breakouts. Give us a sense what levels you're looking out for. Can we slide back towards 24K? Is that a real risk, especially that very painful band that we had between 23,800 and 24,200? What's the risk of us slipping back there?
Yeah, the risk is very high now because again, crude is back again from 77, 78 to now on the verge of hitting 90 plus. So I think that probably puts the market back under the check. And we've seen this in the last, I think, 4-5 months, not specifically in the month of March, but recently in the month of July, for example, there was this move for crude oil prices when crude oil prices managed to rise from, I think, 78 or 80 to 100 plus levels. Even that was a point where the markets were suddenly brought under check and the momentum got arrested for the indices. Now, so that I believe could be a concern for the index going forward. And as it is, I think the few larger cap names were still acting a little heavy for the index to try and break past about those critical resistances. It's just that you had a lot of classic sector churns which could probably lifted the market sentiment on the overall market breadth other than Nifty 50. So I would sense that with crude oil prices on a check, we could be at a point where the markets could come back into a retracements.
Kunal, there is enough churn which is coming into the market, and you're seeing a support now coming at 24,000 there. Is that going to be a fast slide, or is a consolidation phase and gradually will come down?
See, the gradual consolidation has happened, because the markets were maybe waiting out for some sort of cues from the global arena. But now with crude oil prices back towards 90, so what happens is that there's a point of sensitivity increase. Now when crude oil prices jump above 90, 92, that's where the markets start to be a little bit more jittery, and that's where the correction starts to intensify. So till the time it is between a 75 to 90 point or in 88 band for the crude oil prices, the markets would take it that maybe it's going to be a very slow, gradual consolidation for the indices. But the more quicker the crude oil prices rise, or so for example, in the previous case where the dollar index was rising, the markets were getting a little bit more on the edge. So it depends on how the crude oil prices shape up over the next couple of days.
Okay. Let's